Hello, good morning, and welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. We have from 1913, although the Seagram's VO Gold bottle says 1911, but it is from at least 100 years ago. We know that much. From Canada, imported Seagram's VO Canadian whiskey, a blend, product of Canada, Canada's finest. Okay, well, we get it. It was developed for a wedding. And I'll put that information below Sazerac talking about it on their website. Now, it's had 3 owners. Seagram's from 1913 or 11 to 2000. Diageo from 2000 to 2018, and Sazerac since 2018. It says, the story tells, you know how these stories go, you never know how much truth's in it. The story tells how Joseph Seagram's son, Thomas, had the distillery's blender, William Hortop, prepare a whiskey blend for his personal use to celebrate his upcoming marriage in 1913 to Dorothy Pearson. Upon tasting the special blend, Joseph insisted the family blend be put on the market. It went on to become one of Seagram's biggest sellers. I think what the confusion is with the date. B Aviation says, good morning. It's too early, laughing out loud. Yeah, well, it's pretty early. I think the confusion really is this. They said it's upcoming. I think in 1911 is when they developed it. Started working on it, and then the marriage was in 1913. Now, that's only 2 years, and that would have been a short aging period, you know what I mean? So it makes you wonder if they took different whiskeys that had already been aging and blended them and made Seagram's VO, and then they liked the recipe so much, they made it a worldwide available product, and then they started aging it and whatnot. If you look on the LCBO website in Canada, they're claiming it's aged 6 years. And they probably know what they're talking about. But we don't have it on the bottle. There is no age statement on the website, so we're going to call it no age statement. And it claims to be Canada's finest. Interestingly enough, this one claims to be Canada's finest. So they're both making that claim, Canada's finest. Well, let's see who wins the battle. Introduced in 1962, Barrister's Canadian Gold, aged 3 years, bottled in New Jersey by Wellington Distillers Company Limited. In other words, Wellington Distillers Products Company, sorry. Really, it's Laird and Company. I got the information off the Laird and Company website. So a white label. It's a nice looking label, but they don't say anything. They just show a crown with Canadian features on it, typical stuff like that. Then a bunch of print and cursive writing. Some people claim that young folks can't read cursive because they only use keyboards now. It seems hard to believe, huh? Somebody wouldn't be able to read cursive. I mean, I could understand if you can't read. I know some people that are kind of illiterate. Like, when you hear them reading, you're thinking this person doesn't read very well because they weren't trained right. Most people could read if they're given the correct phonetic instruction, which they aren't generally or oftentimes. But there's the VO. Also some print and cursive. And it's a cream colored matte finish. And I don't have much left. All right, so we've got the CG. You go over there. Here's the CG. Canadian Gold. I got to make sure I don't skip one. I was worried about that this morning. I said, watch me skip one of the whiskeys and then go on to Irish blended whiskey and forget. But I'm going to try to make sure I cover everything, not skip. And if I did, it certainly wouldn't be on purpose. I got a little bit of caliber left in the 750 milliliter bottle. But then I have a replacement bottle of caliber, a 1,750 milliliter bottle. That's another story, the great deal I got on that. I didn't really pour too much of the Canadian Gold. I just don't have any more Seagrams. I mean, that's it. And I'm not buying anymore. So it's gold, and this one is more amber. So it's not going to be a challenge anyway, because Seagram's has that regular wood aroma, and Canadian Gold has that weird vanilla, marshmallow, walnut oil aroma and taste, which I can't pin down. Yeah, I can read it. Yeah, I can read cursive, but I can't really write it in it very well. Haha. People tell me sometimes, you have beautiful handwriting. When we went to elementary school, we had to take handwriting lessons. So they'd say, do this, do that. And you just make it like an art form, you know. And when I taught high school, I would tell students, no, we're going to read. I am reading. They'll say, I can read. I say, yeah, well, do it. I mean, like, you know, do it. Don't read and guess the word. We don't play guess the word in this classroom. This is not guess the word. And then they would come back with, well, this ain't an English class. I said, I know, but you speaking it. I said, don't feel bad, because I'm going to show you how to read. And the other students wouldn't really laugh too much, because they were probably thinking, I hope he doesn't do that to me, because it'd be the same way, reading like da, 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 da. And I'd be like, oh, no, 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 no. We're going to pronounce these words. And they would improve by the magic of phonics and by abandoning the ridiculous and almost conspiratorial whole word approach. We learned all the cursive letters, but only for like 1 year in elementary school. Yeah, that's too bad. We were taught whole word approach in elementary, but also phonics. We used to have a booklet, like it was a paperback, and you'd have to do phonics lessons. But then schools got away from that, and they went to whole word, and then literacy rates plummeted across the country. And then you had all these high school kids that couldn't read, and they're like, what's wrong with test scores, man? And I'm like, well, and as a teacher, I'd say, well, people can't read, you know. And a principal one time, when I was at a school, was like, do y'all have any ideas about what we could do to improve test scores? And I gave my opinion, and she didn't like that too much. So I never, ever made a comment again. I was like, you don't really want ideas. You just want everybody to go along with your bad policies. So I just didn't say anything. I was like, I know I'm right, but you don't have the wherewithal to grasp the concept, or you don't want to hear it. She didn't want to hear that students couldn't read. You know, with these leaders, you know, at work and all that, they got that leadership principle thing going, and they don't really like to hear. Well, they don't want to entertain alternative thinking or creative thinking. They just want to. I'll say, okay, I'm getting paid, so I'll just do whatever you want. As bad as it is, you know, not immoral. I don't mean like that, but just as like foolish as it is. I'm getting paid by the hour, so if you want me to do like counterproductive things, I'll do it. I can clearly do it in a much more efficient manner, but it's your flying circus, not mine. Okay. That smells okay. Kind of weird. And this smells like wood, like not charred oak, just oak. So weirdness. And look, when I say weirdness, I don't mean badness. Marshmallow, vanilla, and walnut oil is not a bad aroma in isolation or in combination, but they're strange. They're not normal. Let's go with the taste, heck. We learned, oh, all right. Cheers. Well, on first sip, I'm really picking up the sweetness you get from whiskey, because whiskey like a sugar tasting thing to me, very sugary, and wood. Okay, sugar and wood, sugar and wood. Silver and gold. All right. Weirdness. This is the Canadian gold. Haha, CG. I can't tip it too much, it'll spill, but it says CG at the tag. That is a weird one, Mr. Grinch. What are these flavors? Sherry, coconut, vanilla, walnut oil, pecan oil. Is it? Not almond. Cashew oil? I don't know what it is. It is so bizarre. It's like the Some Bizarre show on Night Flight in 1983. It's like the Some Bizarre show on Night Flight in 1983. All right. On the other hand, this tastes like regular old whiskey. In fact, if you want to get techno, you could give that to somebody and they might think it's bourbon. You could give that to somebody and they might think it's bourbon. Someone might think that's bourbon if you give it to them and don't tell them. You say, nah, a light bourbon, lightly charred oak. They might think, oh, I've had Jim Beam before. And you say, got him. It's not Jim Beam. It's Canada's Seagram's VO Gold. Now they might say, oh yeah, I knew something was different. Yeah, you knew after I told you. So VO Gold is more standard. I mean, VO. I don't have any more gold. The gold was aged 8 years, a little bit more fancy pants. So this is just like regular old whiskey. It says very light on the bottle, right? Yeah, but it's really not as light as the VO. Would I recommend Seagram's VO? I mean, I would recommend it. It's going to cost you about $16. If you buy the big handle, sometimes stores will have the handle, the big plastic, beautiful plastic bottle for $19.99, something like that. So that's a much better value per ounce. But some people take issue with the PET plastic. What is it? Polyethyl, whatever. But tetrahydro, whatever. So they'll say, no. I saw a video by the Jehovah's Witness said that it will the plastic will leak into the whiskey and poison you. And then you won't be able to have a blood transfusion, and then you'll go to the Planet Collab and talk to the devil and God. So so you might just want to stick to glass. I don't worry about the plastic, but some people do. Well, bye-bye, VO. That was the end. Nice brown bottle, protects it from the light. Yes, light can affect whiskey. So that's it. Bye-bye. No more VO for the rest of my life. Unless somebody gives me about them. How much would it cost in Canada? What? The Canadian gold or the VO? You can look at the VO on this LCBO website. It'll tell you exactly what it costs. The gold, I don't know. I don't even know if it's sold in Canada. I bet you it's not even sold. We get a lot of Canadian exports, but they're not sold in Canada. We get a lot of Scotch that people in Scotland have never seen, like Buchanan's. I had a guy from Scotland tell me, I've never seen Buchanan's. And he's a drinker, so he said, believe me, I would know. Over here in Edinburgh. I'm dying to go back to Canada. I live 30 minutes from the border. Come on, Trudeau. Hey, the man's just trying to be a good socialist, dictatorial tyrant. Give him a break. I mean, do y'all have to pick on everybody who tries to control people's lives and their thinking? You don't really need to give them that much trouble. Look at Macron in France. He's trying to control the people. He's trying to think for those people as best he can, like past dictators, and they want to rise up against him and say, we want freedom. Oh, we want freedom. No, no to your dictatorship. And they're so ungrateful. With all these protests over the weekend, what's wrong with these French people? With their freedom agenda. I'm pretty sure Macron and his clique and his regime knows the best, what's best for the people. Just like perhaps in Cambodia in 1975, 76, 77, etc. They knew what was best for the people. Angkor told them this and Angkor told them that. And all of that. All right, anyway. See, we don't deal with all of these conspiracy theories on this channel. Okay, we just deal with the whiskey and the good times and being compliant and doing what you're told, because that is how you get along with the program. You got to go with the program. And you know this. Okay. Would I pick the VO over the Canadian Gold? Oh, yes. Is it worth the extra $6? Oh, yeah, I think it is. I really believe that. Just like I know that Russia's president is a bad man. You say, how? How do you know this? Because they tell me that on TV. And if they tell you that on TV, then you should go along with it instead of trying to be a deviant weirdo. If NBC says he's bad, I think you should take it at face value. Don't question. I heard somebody yesterday on the news talking about why you have to. Oh, it was in the paper this morning. They were saying these people are evil because they question certain anti-illness protocols. I said, wow, they're evil because they question it. See, that's even more informative to my mind. If you question things, that makes you ipso facto evil. I love to learn things every day. All right. And I get a kick. I like to read the major media, though. I do, because it's funny. It's a joke. I mean, it's not a joke. It's very serious, of course. Very serious. I mean, I like funny things. And I like to laugh. And I like to have a good time. And I like to read their flying circus or talk about somebody else's flying circus. Andrew Scheer would have been a better prime minister. Oh, I don't know anything about Canadian internal politics, I have to tell you. Not really, I don't know too much about it. Scheer heart attack. Canadian Gold is a curious product. It's not Canada's finest. I don't know where they got this idea, but I guess anybody can make any kind of claim they want, you know. But just get ready for exotic flavors. If you don't like marshmallow or vanilla or walnut oil, don't despair, because I'm probably giving you the wrong flavor notes anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what the flavor is. I'm just trying to approximate it as best I can. All right. So, but Canadian Gold, if this is the gold, I'd hate to see the silver and the bronze. I mean, if I saw it at the store, I'd buy it. Barrister's Canadian Silver. Canada's, they could put their slogan. It's tolerable, you know. And then they could have Canadian Bronze. And that could be, you can choke it down. Euro, oh, that is a weird flavor. That is like the strained. Why would a whiskey taste like that? You know what I'm saying? Now I'm making you curious, huh? You curious? I'm curious. I'm very curious. You know, the man is clear in his mind, but his soul is mad. His soul is mad. He hates all this. He hates it. But the man's He reads poetry out loud, all right, in a voice, a voice. He likes you because you're still alive. He's got plans for you. What are they going to say when he's gone? He dies, it dies. What are they going to say about him? What are they going to say? He was a kind man. He was a wise man. He had plans. He had wisdom. So this product is so strange that it would make you want to try it. I think I'm being a like an oblique promoter of Laird's. Laird's is like, keep on talking, because we don't care if you say the product's strange, weird, odd, unusual, and aberrant, because if people run out and buy it so they can try that on their own, that's a sale for us. So keep it on, keep going, keep on trucking, keep driving that train. High on cocaine. You know, that's what Laird's is telling me. Keep driving that train. High on la la la. Okay. And it's a game. And if been my boss, where do I go? Who do I turn to? So I'm gonna finish this. And later today, because I think I'm gonna have to preempt Wednesday. Wednesday is gonna be too busy, like a busy bee, with Wednesday wild card and all of that. And then the Four Loco Red, you heard me, right? The Four Loco Red, wish me the best. I'm going to need the support. You are not my, I'm going to need a support group just for drinking Four Loco Red. Don't turn your back on me. And I'll bring it for Wednesday wild card. I bought it in Baltimore County, Maryland. I paid $2.99, which is about $2.09 too much. But man, you know how bad you feel? I feel worse than that. That's what I'm going to say tomorrow night. But so later today, I'll do the Seagrams. No, get away. The Barrister's Canadian Gold versus the Canadian Hunter. You say you did that last night. You did Seagram's Canadian Hunter. But that was Seagram's Canadian Hunter. No darling, no hearts. This is the Sazerac Canadian Hunter that they bought. Oh, I caught myself. This is, no, it's going to be, I almost said Jamie Foxx. James Fox, Jimmy Fox, Jimmy Eagle, Jim Eagle. It's going to be James Fox, which also was introduced by Seagram's, but in 1975, and also purchased by Sazerac, also in 1989. It gets complicated, don't it? The James Fox Canadian blended whiskey, aged 3 years, never changed the label in 46 years, don't look like. And loved by few, drunk by many, alcoholics, drunk by a few. And when I tell you the price I paid, you'll lose your mind. Up in here, up in here. Okay. Then for Thursday, we'll do the modern 1989 to present Canadian Hunter from Sazerac. And if you got $8.99 you want to throw away, I mean, excuse me, if you got $8.99 you want to spend, you could be the next purchaser of Canadian Hunter. And like I say, when I tell you the price I paid for the James Fox, you're gonna blitzkrieg me. You're gonna be a blitzkrieg bop. I'm telling you, be at the Chelsea Hotel. All right. How many fake medals has it won? Yes, these whiskeys win so many fake medals. And so that's it. I posted Alex, the Beer Master's review with myself. We did the what you call it, Asbury Park Stout, which is a very nice stout, although it's not a very stout, more like a porter than a stout at 4.9%. I mean, it's pretty low alcohol. You say to yourself when you're drinking it, this doesn't seem very stout. But anyway, it's all relative. If you live in England, it might be stout because their beers be like 3.8% on the norm. Then tomorrow, we'll start the day tomorrow with a smile or two, 1, 2. But you know what I'm saying? Then we'll make it snappy. But we'll make it snappy, nappy. No, but then we're gonna have the The other one that we did. What's the other one we reviewed? The golly gee. We did the stout. Then I don't know. I'm confused right now because I'm thinking about too many different brands. But we did some very good products, and then I was off to New York City with that miserable day. It really was. What's better, Canadian Hunter or Four Loko? Oh wow, I mean, obviously Canadian Hunter. Four Loko is that's really asking for trouble. You know, Canadian Hunter, you're not asking for trouble. You're just dealing with low grade, you know, bottom shelf stuff in it. But it's all right. Four Loko, that's you walking in the bad neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? You're taking a walk on the wild side with Candy and Little Joe and Sugar Plum Fairy and Holly. Came from Florida, FLA.